My roommate announced, "I'm moving out next month." Then she started parking her boyfriend in our apartment every single night. So I downgraded the Wi-Fi, locked the thermostat, and booked every overdue repair for her moving day. Last Tuesday, my roommate Priya dropped it on me while I was cooking. "Hey, so I'm moving in with Dev next month, but don't stress. I'll still pay my half until the lease ends in April." Honestly, I thought that was decent of her. We'd been roommates 2 years with zero real drama. I figured we'd coast to the finish line. I was so wrong. The very next night, Dev showed up with a gym bag, and he never left. My quiet apartment became their honeymoon suite overnight. He was on my streaming logins, finishing my leftovers, draping damp workout clothes over the couch. His gaming rig materialized in the living room. His toothbrush appeared beside mine. The guy basically moved in without paying a cent. When I raised it with Priya, she shrugged. "What's the big deal? I'm still paying my half. He's just staying over." Staying over. For 3 straight weeks. That's when it clicked. She wanted it both ways. Keep paying for a backup apartment while test driving domestic life with Dev. If it went badly, she'd have somewhere to bolt back to. And meanwhile, I was quietly subsidizing her relationship trial run. So I decided to right-size our living situation to match the reality she'd built. First, I called the internet company and dropped us from the fast tier to the slowest plan they offered. Perfect for one person checking email. Absolute misery for 3 people streaming, gaming, and video calling at once. Next, I set the thermostat to a crisp 62 and put a little lockbox over it. My apartment, my comfort level. Wanted it warmer? Wear a sweater or chip in on the bill. Then I scheduled every repair I'd been putting off for months, all of it stacked onto her moving day. Cable tech at 8 a.m., HVAC inspection at 10, pest control at noon, internet installer at 2, building maintenance at 4 for the dripping faucet, carpet cleaning at 6, because why not make a day of it? The chaos set in fast. Dev's online gaming kept dropping. Priya's work calls froze mid-sentence. Their shows buffered every few minutes. They started bickering over whose device was eating the bandwidth. I found them huddled on the couch one morning, both in hoodies, looking thoroughly defeated. "Why is it freezing in here?" Priya demanded. "And why won't anything load?" I sipped my coffee, warm in my fleece robe. "Just optimizing everything for one person, since you're basically moved out anyway. Saving money, being practical. But I'm still paying rent. You're paying for your room and shared common space. You're not paying utilities for your boyfriend to move in." I nodded at Dev's setup sprawled across the living room. "That was never part of our agreement," Dev finally snapped. "This is ridiculous, man. You're being petty." I set my mug down and looked right at him. "You don't live here. Your name isn't on the lease. You don't pay a single bill. Your opinion on how I run my apartment doesn't factor in." Priya tried to negotiate. "Okay, what if Dev pitches in on utilities?" "That conversation closed when you decided to move out and keep this as your safety net." I switched the streaming accounts to single user too. Dev's playlists vanished mid-workout. His shows got booted mid-episode. By moving day, they were scrambling to find somewhere for Dev to be during the all-day parade of technicians. Priya texted me paragraphs about how unfair I was being. Her mom even called to lecture me about being the bigger person. But here's how it actually ended, and it surprised me. Moving day came and went in a blur of service trucks. That night, once Dev was gone and the apartment was finally quiet, Priya knocked on my door. No paragraphs this time. She sat down and admitted it out loud. She'd wanted the safety net. She'd known it wasn't fair to me, and she'd let it slide because it was easier. Then she wrote me a check for the 3 weeks of extra utilities and Dev's share of everything he'd used. She didn't have to. I hadn't even asked. "I got so wrapped up in keeping my options open," she said, "that I forgot I was standing on you to do it." We actually parted as friends. She and Dev are still together, in their own place now, paying their own bills. And she texts me sometimes, usually a photo of their thermostat cranked up nice and high, captioned, "Worth every penny." I turned the heat back on that night. Alone in a warm apartment, I realized the point was never to punish her. It was just to hand someone the full weight of a choice they were trying to make me carry for them. Sometimes that's all it takes for a person to actually feel it.